Ready to roll? The day is calling. For a beastie, this mount is so gentle. It's far away. Juju's shop is here somewhere. Let's see.
Anihillutu. Tumma. Seindi.
Juju is just thrilled to finally meet you. Even in these darkest days when the spotlights are growing dim, you're like a fresh outfit. Complains that not as many care about style anymore now that the world is hurtling toward its doom. Thinks you have the power to steer the fate of the world one way or the other. He wants you not only to save it, but to look fabulous doing so. He knows you have the heart of a hero. He just wants you to look like one too. He tells you to dig deeper into your past and remember how it's all stitched together. You need to follow that thread to figure out who you are and where you're going. Wonders if you ever think about how things might be if you'd chosen one style over another. It's amazing how even a single switch stitch in the right spot can change things. It's a lot easier to change outfits than to change your life. Likes how the world seems to be getting its act together. Been sliding down too long. Thanks you for darning up the whole holes in the world. It's not a perfect world, but it's the only one that fits. Thinks it's good you're working with the Myriad. The Sifu there has the best taste in styles. Claims to have made his favourite, the one the Sifu wears every day. But that's enough about them. He wants to talk about him. He wonders if you can see it too. The common threads that have sewn everyone together through the years. They're all broken. But fortunately, he's good at smoothing things over, choosing things that are chic and glossing the aesthetics. Most come here to get relief from how ugly the world has become. He works a lot with mood, be it good or bad. Says we bury our dead in their best, not their worst. Why should the end of the world be any different?
Anihillo to ma. Saying the if.
Some even think what he does is magic, changing the way you feel with style. That's how he got his nickname, Juju. He's been zigzagging all night. He has a fibre he needs to get done, but he's run out of bobbin. Now his reputation is hanging by a thread. He needs to thread the needle, but the only spare bobbin he knows about, well, he saw it attached to a kite flying free in the wind. He'll do what he can for you if you get him that bobbin. Says it's good to know such a wonderful patron of fashion. Juju says it's fantabulous to see you again. Says, seriously, go find Noko. She's over in the gnote pen, taking care of the gnotes. Says you'll meet again. Juju says it's fantabulous to see you again. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Find us a sunset to ride into. Juju says it's fantabulous to see you again. Says you'll see each other later. Juju says it's fantabulous to see you again. Juju needs a bobbin so he can pick up the threads. Better find him one. Juju says it's fantabulous to see you again. Says you're welcome back. The Surfsea Grotto, a good place to chill. When a story comes to you, pay attention. A fresh start with fresh scrap. Looks valuable. This region is known as the Canuckstonies. You can't find a harder place in the world. Punch time. Smackdown. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it. Thinks you light up the whole place anytime you're around. We'll be around when you return. You finally found the village of Bumlidoff. Let's see. Thanks you for rising from your past to be a better person. Says you should take care. Says you should enjoy the day. Understands you have other places you need to go. Claims the Northwest World Eater lives underwater. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. Wants to know how much good you think you can actually do in a ruined world. Says you're welcome back. Cries about how the Lotus Captain killed their kidling. They want to even things, but the Lotus Captain's too mighty. Wonders if you might be a real hero kind. Thinks the Looper Lupin would eat anything, maybe even you. You should be able to find the Lotus Captain, always around the other Lotus. Wants you to take down that Lotus Captain, forever time. Figures only you have the power to hold that Captain's noggin. Seems content with that. Maybe a little weepy. Says the Tree of Life connects all creation. Says you should take it easy. Likes talking with you anytime you ramble by. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Needs a logical reason to reveal the secret. Says it's hard to keep a secret from someone as smart as you. Might as well tell you where the place is, as you'll figure it out eventually. Says it's quiet around here, just the way they like it. Says you'll see each other later. Likes talking with you anytime you ramble by. Says talking to you was interesting. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Thinks you should practice patience if you want to make a good deal here. Time to make a deal. Glad you got rid of that. A bargain. Says the shop holds something for everyone, especially you. Suggests you take it easy. You won't strike a good deal here if you're in a hurry. The vendor says you can browse his goods any time during opening hours. Says you should take care. That number doesn't work for you. You need more scrap. Hope this rain is warm. Tells you to look for Wiz. You really ought to meet that tinker-tonker. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. That's an upsy-dups. Good for learning how to haul up. It soars like a kite, so it better be one. Latch onto it before it flies away. Reel that in. Juju will be pleased to see you manage to get hold of a bobbin, even though it's the unconventional kind. Don't flinch away from this. It's your moment. You need to focus. Juju is thrilled over the bobbin and the fact that he'll be able to finish the fibre. He believes couture can do that for you, you know. Change the way you feel and also change the way others feel about you. He's prepared something for you while you were away. Do you want it to fit your mood or do you want a change of heart? Fashion can help you define mood, and this should make you more menacing. That's what he wants you to feel when you wear it. He's invested in helping you look your best. Says you'll see each other later. He's invested in helping you look your best. A sealed deal. Could this thing steer itself? This story is about a hero. This place is called Spurftop. The fur dresser named Trim hangs out here. Let's see. Despite the fact that Clipper Fingers are in safe hands, he's still lacking something to make his hairsenal complete. Trim's embarrassed. Now he can cut, but he's out of dye. A bad fur-do is a shame to you and him both, and you can't have that, can you? He once found some leftover cans of sput dye near the concrete wall paint sites, and they'd do the trick. This time he promises. Just come back with a can of sput dye and he'll give you that fresh coat you deserve. You're so delightful. He should give you some extra fur shine. Trim thinks you're still good-looking. We'll be around when you return. Grab tight and don't let go. Muscles like steel. You need to believe how serious this is if you want to have any effect on it. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is. This story is as powerful as you'll let it be. Growl it into a higher gear. Now that the spuck dyer is in the can, Trim says you can colour him prepared. Trim is grateful you've put him back in Biz, and as a token of his gratitude, he wants to do something for you. And this time he says it's going to be for free. He suggests a full updo, promises to not only give you a new fur style, but a whole new kind of lifestyle. Says there's nothing better for refurbishing your image. Trim's got his wits about him for you. Wishes you goodbye. Trim's got his wits about him for you.
aku de na balada. Kau ne balik ke padaru. Asarin dong.
What you do here matters to you and the world. You look great. close encounter. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Earth outpost. The Jagni tribe claimed this forever. Let's see. Ready to make something? There's the tyrant who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his tribe to lose, as they're the ones that are ruthless. But now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. There's no way he'll surrender just because of threats. Strong arming won't work. You'll have to fight for it. It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost, and believes the rival is weak enough to engage them at their fort. Says it'll be a relief to finally have it over. This could be the beginning of the end of everything. The tree's going to bleed death from its roots if you keep taking her for granted. Understands you have things to do. Thinks it's awful how you can't find good pastries anymore. Sure, Lump makes some wild things, but the taste and how they treat you when you eat them. Oh, no thanks. Figures they'll fill your belly, at least. Says the rumor is, Lump's baked goods can do all sorts of strange things to you. They've never been brave enough to try his craziest creations. If you're desperate enough to give them a go, good for you. Says there's nothing Lump likes to talk about more. Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here. Points out they just restocked, so you should be able to find something you like here. Fair enough, all around. Says you used to keep to yourself, but now at least you act. Says you'll see each other later. Glad you're wise enough to work during the day. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Thrilled you finally met Gizmo. Says pay attention to him. He's a smart one. Understands you have other places you need to go.
Run porf treviach runye.
Says you glow like the midday sky, 3 outposts down and a tribe war to go.
Yogo inuch pinga ketolagua.
Says talking to you was interesting. Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here. Says you're in good company. Everyone needs a good deal. Asks you to check out the wares, confident you'll find everything you need here. Says they've got the best deals anywhere. Claims no one loves critters more than Noko. When you meet her, just ask. There's news of a Ronin joining the tribe. That must be you. You get used to the beastly smell, I hear. He shouldn't need to remind you that he needs scrap to upgrade the Googlide. Hey, you found the track, even around all this goopy goo. Nothing escapes your googly eye. The surf here looked cleaner when that track was made. Old world dive pods had a built-in air supply, so you could breathe below the surf. Glad you had the patience to learn more about how the surf got gooed. Maybe it's later than you think. Hard to tell at night. It's quieter here, away from the sky. Got just enough slack in the line. Ooh, a biohazard like that can make you real sick. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. A story has got to keep moving forward. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Broke it down to the basics. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. A new day's here. Might not be so many left. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least. Get off and slow down a bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sometimes you miss the sound of breaking waves, and sometimes you don't. Doesn't believe you're such a fool. Has plenty to do, so no worries. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Guesses he does, but it's a long life in a wild world. Sometimes he's shaken, not stirred. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Something calm and soothing for your belly. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Figures the real problem is finding something to drink. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Tread soft. That's a monster nest, if ever I've seen one. You'll get better with practice. Time to disembark. Beats swimming. Loot. Thinks you light up the whole place any time you're around. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. The world is full of secrets waiting to be uncovered. Could be this key. Sometimes you've just got to start over. Things are happening. It's not just anyone that's awake and moving. If we take the tree's health for granted, it's sure to rot before our eyes. Seems surprised you have to go. Says no matter how weird you think the world's getting, It keeps getting weirder.
Mia, Diobo,
There's a poppet here named Maya who does things with her poppets.
La Safale,
Lives way deep in the mire. Steer clear of her.
Mia, Diobo,
Here's she's this weird hag who uses poppet magic.
Weasley, Soro Cantiu,
Believes Maya lives in the mire, where at least she can't hurt too many.
Eliza Mian,
Been hearing stories about her since they were a kidling too.
Wingarisnu,
Still hates the sight of poppets because of those tales.
Nishinawan, Lumuna,
Thinks you're stupid for trying to smart up about that.
Crashar a la fruit snapper.
You better move. That monster is on its way to the Tree of Life.
Kulamanyala.
Understands you have things to do. Nice. Metal scrap. You can always use that. As long as you're happy about it. And the open goo before you. This is Hobbydunk, a homey little village. Ah, life on the goo. Maybe do that again later. Let's see. Offers you extraordinary prices for extraordinary things. Wants you to take your time as they're open for another couple of hours. Seemed fair. Raw materials for your needs. There's not much left of what we used to call our world. Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans. Heard you were a somber kid and is glad you crawled out of your shell to help. Wishes you goodbye. Thinks you're brave for being out this late. Says you'll meet again. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Needs a logical reason to reveal the secret. Says it's hard to keep a secret from someone as smart as you. Might as well tell you where the place is, as you'll figure it out eventually. The Jagni tribe built everything they have from what they could find in the woods. Understands you have other places you need to go. Mentions a place not far from here they call the Dead Zone. Says you should take it easy. Figures most maybe don't have a good reason to get up, what with the world ending and all. They have a pal who needs help waking up their whole crew, though. Not sure why they're having so much trouble, but it's a real problem. Hope they're okay. Figures there's nothing you can't do. At least so far, right? Says to head out that way, and you should find the friend. They can show you the sleepers. You might have to do more than shout at them. They're down hard. Without your help, though, they'll probably sleep themselves dead. Figures if you can't do it, they're dead for sure. Are you scared yet? It's getting dark. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery, when day can become night, and the other way around. Shopkeeper claims you won't be able to find better goods anywhere else. Says this is the go-to place if you like a good deal. Don't get ripped off. Hopes you're having a good day. It's what you deserve. Says you should stop back around to chat whenever you like. Wiz really works wonders. Thinks you'll be great friends. Says you should take it easy. Says you should stop back around to chat whenever you like. Has plenty to do, so no worries. Thought you were smart enough to know better than to try to save things. Says you should take care. Says it's about time you figured out you can't avoid helping anymore. Says you'll meet again. Might want to look for shelter from the rain. Says you're smart to take care of business while the sun is up. Says goodbye to you. Time to get crafty. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Needs a logical reason to reveal the secret. Says it's hard to keep a secret from someone as smart as you. Might as well tell you where the place is, as you'll figure it out eventually. It's a good thing you and the Lotus tribe are a little different. Opposites are complementary. Light can't exist without darkness. Says you'll see each other later. Says Noko is the best when it comes to critters. You'll see that when you meet her. Says you're welcome back.